Hello everyone, this is Pat, and this is the first in the little video series that I had promised you to help you with developing psychic insight. And that's what I'm going to call this little series, Developing Psychic Insight. One of the, the viewers here on the YouTube channel had requested if I could do some videos this way, sharing with you some of the tips and the techniques I learned to enhance my own intuitive abilities, things that I've practiced over the years. So today's video, the tips that I'm going to share with you have to do with taking care of the body. Okay, that's the first place to start. Start with the basics. I know, even though we're all readers, there's many of us who are professional readers here on YouTube, and we all have times that we've gone through, we feel, a little bit disconnected. And if I ever am in that place, my strategy is always to go back to the basics, which is taking care of the body. Okay, making sure I'm drinking plenty of water, making sure I'm, pretty well rested, doing some kind of activity, getting outdoors to take a walk, preferably like around a pond or somewhere out in nature. Okay, and ideally, getting my bare feet flat on the ground to ground myself. If I can, I'll put my feet right in the water of whatever pond or that I'm nearby. But sometimes that's not always possible. I live in New England, and in the winter it's pretty cold. In fact, today is a very cold, wet, rainy day out, so there's no way I'm going out and putting my bare feet flat in the ground because it's too cold. But anyways, on a day like today, I will probably just be doing some kind of yoga and meditation. But anyways, it's important to get back to, your body is your best psychic intuitive instrument. That's what my teacher, Doreen Virtue, that's one of the things that she told us right from the get-go. But I've also heard that from other teachers. I have been a long-time fan and reader of the Hindu yogi Paramahansa Yogananda. And in his book, he also referred to the fact that the body is like a radio. It gives off waves, when we think we're giving off brain waves, but it also has the capacity to receive them. And we need to keep our body instrument tuned, if you will, just like you would tune a guitar or a piano, a car, or even, the radio. If you think about it, you have to kind of tune in a station and tune out the static. So we start that process by taking care of the body itself. And, with regard to eating well, now I'm not an advocate, and I'm not here to advocate, being vegan over, non-vegan. I think you have to find the one that's right for you. I've known many professional intuitives. Some of them were vegetarian, and some of them advocate and promote that. Others were not, and they had their full capacities and were using them. So I'm not necessarily advocating one or the other. I think you have to do what's right for you. I can tell you for myself that if I've gone in to do or been invited to do an afternoon of readings at an event or for someone in their home, then all I'm eating is fruit and water, because that keeps my energy light and helps me stay connected to the higher energies of the angels. And sometimes at some of these events you go in and there's quite the spread of food there. But I stay away from it, and of course the host is always there to say, hey, can I get you something to eat? I know you're doing one right after the other reading. Can I get you anything? They're really gracious about it. And but for me, while I'm working, I only eat fruit to keep keep my energy up, keep a little something in my stomach, and water because I'm talking a lot. And then once everything's done, sure, then I go and enjoy the food. But that's what helps me to feel light. And I guess that's what I would suggest to you, because if you're trying to connect with higher angelic energies for insights and guidance, then the lighter that you feel, the easier that is, because some foods are very mood altering and they can really pull your energy down if they're hard to digest. I'm sure you've had that experience where you've eaten a meal and felt exhausted afterwards, like you wanted to go to sleep, like you're in a coma. Well, I call it the carb coma. Foods like that are it's tougher to connect when you have that heavy feeling in your body. So just be mindful of things like that. And for this video, we're just going to focus on that and start there. Start with taking care of your body and getting outdoors. If you can, sit in a quiet, find a favorite power spot and sit in a quiet place outdoors if you can get there. If not, just a walk in the fresh air is good as well. So start by getting some movement in your body, taking care of your body, drinking plenty of water, getting outdoors, ideally getting your bare feet on the ground outdoors, and that helps the body to dissipate some of the restlessness that's there. You know, as we go about our days, or if we're very sedentary, there's a lot of restlessness that gets accumulated in the body, and it needs to dissipate. So having that movement, whether it's through maybe a yoga practice or some kind of exercise, it helps the body to dissipate, which allows you to be able to sit quietly, have your mind be more quiet, open, and receptive. Okay? And that's really, these things that I'm sharing with you today really form the basics. They're things that I try to practice on a regular basis, and if I've gotten off track, it's what I go back to. Just go back to taking care of the body. And that can include things even like taking a sea salt bath, giving yourself a day of relaxation, what have you. But it's the first step to take to enhancing your intuitive abilities, okay? Because that leads us to the next step, which I'll put in the next video about meditation, okay? The body, as I mentioned earlier, is like a radio. It gives off and receives. So to enhance your intuitive abilities, you need to train yourself to be a good receiver. But for now, start with the body. Take care, everyone. I look forward to putting up the next video.